Hey YouTube, coming at you with a Great League team that I've been using. So last year, a subscriber's like, I've hit Legend multiple seasons and I always run with Lantern, Double Dragon, so you have to use it, Goodra, and Guzzlord. So I'm like, okay, so I used it. And it was good. I just didn't like Lantern on the lead. So I'm like, okay, Goodra just got better this year with Thunder Punch. Guzzlord is still Guzzlord. Let's try something else on the lead. Maybe I can find out the Pokemon that works. And maybe they're on to Lantern. So first I use Skarmory because I'm like, okay, what's your problem in the back that they use Lantern? Their problem is steals to a certain extent, but in particular, fairies hitting super effective and ice hitting super effective. So to beat the fairy and ice, I started with Skarmory, the best sort of steal to deal with both of those Pokemon, especially with the fast move steal. It was okay. Problem was other steals, because other steals, all the moves on Skarmory are resisted, and then Dragon Breath is obviously resisted as well. You have Aqua Crunch and Aqua Tail and Crunch, but those just aren't good enough. So I'm like, okay, I still need a poison, but maybe there's or a poison or steel, but maybe I can have something else that works. So I tried Toxicroak. I'm like, Toxicroak is half poison, can deal with the steals while maybe still getting in there. You're eventually going to see in the matchup, I ran into a Charm Ninetales, and then I can't. You're half neutral, it's neutral, and then it just didn't work. So I'm like, okay, I need something that I can at least deal with those Charmers for sure, but also have something to throw at steals. So that's why I tried Tentacruel, because at least it has Scald. And again, okay, so I didn't really find the lead that I really liked in all this. But again, they were all okay. So mirror match here, we're both just kind of like waiting on like who's gonna throw first. So I think I'm going straight Brave Bird, and then I'm going to get to Goodra immediately. Goodra is your safe swap. I'm hoping I caught a Sky Attack on that, knowing that my defense was lower, and they do just throw Sky Attack, and there is a Bastiodon. So, it's okay, because like Goodra with Aqua Tail is going to chip a ton. And I mentioned a couple times in the last video that I just did with when my subscriber used Goodra, how I was like actually really impressed with how much Dragon Breath damage it does. Like, because usually when you think of Dragon Breath user, you think like Altaria or you think Shadow Dragonair. But Goodra actually has some like pretty good damage output with Dragon Breath with some bulk and some spammy moves. Like, that's a steal that I have Aqua Tail, but that's a steal that I took down to the Deep Red. So now I'll shield up a Flamethrower. I'm just going to farm down here. If I take one Flamethrower, it is okay. Okay, no. Well, I feel like I could live that because it's just a Bastiodon, but I know they have Skarmory in the front. They're going to hit me with a move. They just do Sky Attack, so I don't think they get to a Brave Bird, and it is just Sky Attack, so I'm going to throw a Brave Bird, hope to take this out, or just immediately swap into Guzzlord probably. And they let it go, and what is in the back? You'll love to see it, a Mud Boy, and that was fast. So maybe just a Mud Bomb. It is a Mud Bomb, which means I will live that one, and it's going to take at least a Stone Edge to take me out. By that time, I should be able to chip a ton with these Dragon Tails and Dragon Claws. They're going straight Mud Bomb. Maybe they're running Mud Bomb Aqua Tail. That is a possibility. So I will get to another move now because they're just throwing Mud Bombs, and Guzzlord is tanky. Like, the moves hurt Guzzlord, but it's so tanky with all that stamina that it can take a lot of damage overall. So now, third one, there's your Aqua Tail, right? There's the moveset, you can kind of tell. And now I just get the Brave Bird to take it out for the win. You can kind of tell when they threw like the first Mud Bomb immediately that was probably their moveset, Mud Bomb Aqua Tail. So bad lead. It's kind of a neutral lead, but it's kind of bad. So Goodra immediate. They are not throwing. I'm holding. Aqua Tail is the better damage per energy. So in all neutral situations, you are throwing Aqua Tail over Thunder Punch. So again, I'll live anything this Drapion throws, especially from a non-shadow. So I live that Crunch, get off another Aqua Tail. This will flip switch, which would be nice because then I can get my Guzzlord on the Swampert. They shield. That's okay. They're farming a bunch. So they're going to take me out, and they probably will have a Crunch for my Skarmory that's going to come back in here. But Skarmory resists poison, so force them to throw the... Now the question is, do I try and catch the Hydro immediately on the Guzzlord, or do I just take a Hydro, sacrifice this, and then just try and go 2-shield Guzzlord? Looks like I'm trying to instant swap here. So I am choosing number 1. Get me out of this and into Guzzlord. It feels like I caught that. So I do shield, and I think it was a Hydro. Just watching this back, it feels like I caught that one, but in the moment, it felt like there was like a little bit of a delay. So I'm like, did they realize that I came in and that was a nice earthquake or something? So that's why I shield. That's okay. Aerial Ace, I should be able to outpace here. So I get to the next move. So this is where I'm either going to take it out or I'm going to grab that last shield here. And I'm grabbing that last shield, and I think I just let this go and just come Skarmory and farm and come out with a Brave Bird. Yep, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to instant swap, 2 down, shield the Hydro. Don't even need to. I've already had the Brave Bird, and I burned their last shield, so Skarmory with Brave Bird. There you go. Skarmory lead, Azumarill. So this isn't, like, if you're going to see a fairy, this is where you want to see it, right? So we will take this lead. We both farmed up pretty high. Again, I really want the Skarmory to take out the Azumarill, so I'm shielding, and it's a Hydro Pump, so that is huge. And this is when I was like, oh no. Time to change the team, because this ain't going to work. So Registeel, not a lot of those around anymore. Still like one of the top ranked. I find it funny. I get it. I get why Registeel is so strong. I really hate using Registeel. Ultra League it's a beast. Great League, I find it really overrated based on PV Poke rankings. But it is going to do a lot of damage to my team. So I got one Aquatail off. I'll get a Crunch off here. Hopefully it's enough to take out. But now they have a shield advantage with the Azumarill that I have to align on what's left of my Skarmory. I'm switch locked, so there we go. And they catch on a Hypno. So Hypno's tanky enough to take these moves. I am resisting the confusion, but I gotta watch out for a Thunder Punch. And even so, these resisted. Bad timing there by my part. I can't tell if it's like the game lagged. Sometimes let me point this out for people who are like, you call out people for fast move timing, but you screw up yours all the time. There's 2 reasons I screw up mine all the time. One is half the time I actually don't count and try and do it properly, so that's on me. The other time the game like lags, and when I'm trying to do it, it like glitches, and I'm like, time to throw now, and the game's like, nope. So some of it's on me for screwing it up. Other times it's on the game for screwing it up. They do double shield. They shield, get it, take me out there. Now it's just, hey, if they have a play rough, that's going to be double super effective, and that will guaranteed one-shot a Guzzlord. It does something stupid like 140% or something. Like it's double super effective. So in comes your Toxicroak. I'll just go straight Dragon right away, and they're met with the Dugong. That's okay. See, like you saw that little like twitch there. That's the game lagging on me, and you see that spinning ball of death. That's an obvious sign. Grab a shield. Okay, and I actually may grab a second one because I was supposed to say they need to throw. I was like, going to grab a second shield because Goodra is very tanky. So Icy Wind to take me out. That's fine. Toxicroak is not even that bad against. It's bad that my counters are resisted, but so is the Razor Leaf because I am half poison. So I do shield up 1 because it could be a drill run. Now I'm not counting committing to the farm down. Okay, sure. It's committing to the farm down, but now my attack is lower times 2. So I'm going to reset, come in here, and out comes a Bastion. So I have a shot here. Toxicroak may sweep this for me. I'm going to chip a ton with Crunch. If they, especially with, Defense Fall 2. Again, these Dragon Tails, even though resisted, do hurt. So they actually throw real quick, which is better for me. I can get 1 more Crunch off. And at this point, because they threw immediately, they don't have much energy. And because I crunched them and got 2 defense falls, I should be able to counter down without having to throw energy here, which means I'm at 2 Shadow Balls pretty much. 1 here, and then it's just going to be like a counter in a second one. So I will take it with this. So there's 1 shield, and there's your 2 counters, and there's your second one. Get out of here, Vic and Bastion team. Mud Boy, so obviously we're going into Goodra. They're throwing. I assume I'll let it go. I'm assuming it's just a Mud Bomb. But it does chip. And they're staying in. Okay. So we will chip right back. Problem is, these Mud Bombs are going to come really quick with a Mud Shot. 5-4, right? So Mud Bombs. There's the second one. Takes me very low. Hopefully I can get to a move. I can. This will grab a shield or take out. Both are pretty good scenarios here. And I take out. And out comes a Skarmory. So now I'll probably go Toxicroak, so at least I can do neutral with the counters and just commit to the shield. Just commit the shield. And out is a Golbat, so I'm going to go straight Shadow Ball, grab a shield or do a ton of chip. They end up shielding. So now at least the Shadow Ball from their end is resisted, so they can only do Poison Fangs. Got a full Dragon Tail through there, so that's nice. So we'll probably throw a 1 and a Dragon Claw. Okay, so they go back to back here. So now I got to start shielding because I'm already getting pretty low, and these wing attacks are really going to add up with a double lowered. So I go 3, yeah, as long as it's an odd 1, 3, 5, that's fine. Dragon Claw will take this out. Out comes the Skarmory. Here's a Crunch. Crunch will chip. Defense fall. Do not get to the move. They're going to have a Sky Attack and take me out here. Or Brave Bird. Fine. You don't need a Brave Bird. Charger Bug. Bad lead, but we have 2 in the back. That's the thing. I found that Toxicroak did not have a lot of good leads. Counter resisted by a lot of stuff. Plus then you're weak to like Mud Boys, which there are a lot of. So just like, Toxicroak, you ain't it. X's are chips. They're staying in. We'll take that. We'll get this chip back. I may shield this. Yeah, I'm not surprised because it's going to... Volt Switch is resisted. It's going to take 3 to get to the next X Scissor, so I'm going to take this down. And they're not getting out, which means that they clearly do not have something good in the back for this. And there is a fire, right? So you can kind of read like... If you're staying in, throwing resisted, I know X Scissor is neutral, but if you're staying in and throwing resisted Volt Switches to a Dragon, you probably don't have a good answer for the Dragon in the back. So, grabbed 1 shield, chipped it low. The Incinerate will finally take me down. I'm like, Guzzlord, yeah, this thing's, what, Fire and Crunch last time I checked? Maybe not this one? Oh yeah, Disarming Voice. Okay, that's a thing. Luckily for me, in the back is a Chestnut, which has Frenzy resisted and Superpower. Frenzy's still going to hurt, so I will shield. These counters are neutral on my end, resisted on their end because I'm half poisoned. So now, because I counted them low enough, I will be able to just counter and resisted Mud Bomb them out here. So if second Frenzy goes through, still hurts because I'm a Toxicroak. I don't think I'm going to be able to take this out, so I'm going to throw here. 1 Incinerate. I should be able to counter down for the Incinerate, so they better have a move, which I think they do, if I remember. Yeah. They throw the second Disarming Voice, but now I'm just going to win based on a 3-turn fast move versus a 5-turn fast move. So the 3-turn will register before the 5 does. And here's the Ninetales. Here's a Charmer. And this is why still taking neutral to Charm was not good enough, which is why then I switched to Tentacruel. And they end up like double shielding this thing to basically sweep my team. So I was like, okay, I took this low enough. I could be just like Dragon Breath this down with Goodra. Got a shield, but like I should be able to take it out. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to take it out fast enough, so let's just get this out of here. And they commit the shield here, and I'm like, crap. So they really want to get this off. I'm like, okay, I'll have to try and go 1 shield. Maybe with the Charm in the front, I can do whatever's in the back with a 1 shield here. So I started okay with a Lickitung, but as you're going to see, Lickitung is a bad matchup, but it still slams these, like spams these body slams. So it's going to take me down pretty quickly. Because again, if you watch my what's the difference between defense and stamina video, overall it's like a combined stat product and everything. But defense is how much you can take on like the fast and charge moves, and stamina is how much like HP you have. And if you look at Guzzlord's stat product, it has an insane amount of stamina, so high HP, but really low defense. So it actually takes a lot from the charge moves. So I'm going to just take this out here. Do I not want to get hit with the charm? Damage is already done there. What's in the back? A Quagsire. So, okay. A little bit of chance as long as it doesn't have Mud Bomb. Oh no, never mind. I thought I had a shield. I do not have a shield. So they will get to a Stone Edge and take me out. So I could not quite overcome the Charmer lead. So I'm like, okay, let's try Tentacruel. And I get hit with the Gligar. That's fine. I have to swap anyways. So swap into here. That's very fast. So that's just an air release. Let that go. And out comes a Vigoroth, which is spammy enough to, between the counters and this, to chip me a bunch. So get the first move off. That's fine. And I guess they just wanted to counter me down and overfarm, maybe come out with a couple of body slams for Tentacruel. So I get another one off, which is nice. Grab a shield. And now I think they get nervous here. Because I was supposed to say, I remember them only having one body slam for the Tentacruel. They're at like 100 energy, but I think they got nervous that I'm going to get to a third Aqua Tail here. So they'll get to a body slam or Rock Slide. I think they throw a Rock Slide because they're only going to get to one move. Oh no, body slam, that's fine. Chips a bunch. So now it's, I've already grabbed a shield. If the Gligar comes back in, I think it's probably worth staying in a little bit just to get a Scald off. And it's a Charge Bug, but that is still the same thing. I know I took a lot of damage there, but I feel like if I chip here or grab the second shield, I should put myself in a good position. X-Scissor is super effective on Dark, so we are going to shield both of these moves and just farm up. Well, I'm going to probably throw the Crunch. What do they have in the front? I think they try and catch on whatever they have left. Yeah, they try to catch on the Gligar. So I farm up a little bit more, have Crunch. And the question is, can I take this down with Dragon Tails from here? And I think I could try to commit to it. Yeah, maybe some bad timing there. It gets me a full Dragon Tail through. Is a dig, but you'll live one. And now I have two moves coming out for the Charger Bug. Go for the Dragon Tail Crunch. Try and minimize their fast move energy generation there. Crunch, not quite enough to take it out. Literally 1 HP, but I still have a Dragon Claw, so we'll take out that 1 HP that is left. Tentacruel against Lickitung. I remember staying in this matchup. Again, with Goodra, you should probably make the swap. I think it's because I'm like, I can get to these Scalds pretty fast so I can throw, and then I remember leaving too. I remember getting to the Scald and then banking it, and then I'm coming in Goodra. So I'm like, okay, I guess Poison Jab did some damage. I'll have to take a Body Slam here. See what's in the back. Don't want to commit any shields yet because I don't know what's in the back. And they're staying in. I'm like, oh, okay, and this is going to hurt. And I have a bunch of energy, so now I got a shield. Lickitung caused me problems. And it's so funny because I use Lickitung. I don't know what's with this season. I use Lickitung and I have not been happy with it. Usually it's my go-to like safe swap. I don't know if there's just like more Pokemon that can deal with it now. Everything in neutral kind of better to it. Hello. And yeah, this is a problem because now your Guzzlord is going to get beat up by this because it's a counter user. I bait here and then just go straight here. Night Slash does take me out. That's fine. And now they swap and it is a Pidgeot. Can I get a move off first? No. I'm like, okay, that was definitely just a Feather Dance. It's not a Feather Dance. It's an Air Release. Had I known that, I probably would have shielded. Because now I'm just counter down range. So Tentacruel wasn't it either. So those are the ones I used. Maybe Lantern is the best because you can kind of deal with Steel. Again, you're not an immediate answer for a Charmer. But you got like grass coverage in the back and covers the Mud Boys in the back. So maybe Lantern is the best one. Anyways, Goodra with Thunder Punch, although you didn't really see it in action there, is an improvement. Yeah, there was a couple matchups. Like again, I had some matchups I didn't use, but there's some that I got the Thunder Punch off on a Skarmory and on an Azumarill, I think. It is a nice, again, doesn't dramatically change how you would use this Pokemon, but it's a nice it's a good save swap, nice bulk, and now you have a little more coverage when you use it. So that is it. I've got another team that I started to use. Okay, two things. One, I had a team that was working. I'm so pissed off. I had a team that was working. Actually, let's start with the other one. I think I have the Great League Yips. And for those of you who don't know what the Great League Yips are, if you don't know what the Yips are, that is a phrase or saying given to people who are really good at something, but then they mentally have like a block in their head and they can't do it anymore. And you see it all the time with like professional athletes where like a golfer, they would like keep missing like 3-foot putts and then like get in their head and just can't make that putt anymore. And like basketball, free throws, stuff like that. So it's usually when you're good at something and you just in your head and you just like forget how to do it. I was down 200. I got my rating at 2320. I was feeling good about it. I lost 200 ELO in the Great League since it started. I got down to like 2100 and I was just like, this is like a comeback from last season, because last season, if you watch my recap video, I said this is the first season ever that I did not find a go-to team to grind with. And not surprising, when the meta changes 0 this season, that I'm struggling for the second time to find a go-to team that I can do well with. So I think that just mentally has like blocked me, and now I'm just like getting frustrated. So I lost 200 yellow. And then I put together a team that I really liked. And I went on like a 7-set win streak, and I got it all back. I won a 7-game win streak. I went up to like 2360. And then freaking Yonkis put out a video being like, I hit top 100 on the leaderboard with this insane team. And that insane team just directly countered the team that I was using. And the afternoon that I played after that video came out, I saw the team like 4 times in a row. And I was just like, so now I can't use the team because I got freaking Yonkis who put out a video, and you got copycats. So I actually started putting out a team to be that team, calling it the FU Yonkis team. I get it. I'm actually a little surprised. I guess I should not be surprised when I see content creators put out teams and then just like, it's not blind. It's half blind following, but it's half not blind following, because like if the team does work well, and again, a lot of content creators are good team builders. So if they're good team builders and they have a good team and people use it, I can't blame them for it. But man, the amount of content creator teams you see in GBL is insane, right? Everything that's like teams that have been around forever, the Bastiodon, Medi, Vic line or Wiggly like combo there, like Grasshole, old school, and now you're seeing like, I'm seeing the double flyer. I don't know who first started that, but I like that double flyer. Like that Skarmory, Gligar, Core. I know I put out a video before, but I don't know if I was the first, but or it's just like people kind of know that's a good pairing. So just like the amount of just like, again, we're also limited in this Great League. And if you watch my community day video, I talked about why we are, and it's just because like some of the main series games typings don't move over here. So like grass and electric are always going to be weaker in GBL because some of their main series games like benefits don't translate to GBL, which is why water's always been dominant, because those two are gone. And then we have high water, which means the meta is limited, right? So with the limited meta comes only a certain amount of Pokemon that you can use to build teams. And there's only a certain amount of ways that you can build teams. So that's why we're seeing these like sort of limited teams that have been around forever that still work. So anyways, that's a lot of talking. Yeah, so I'll check for some viewer submitted battles. This is going up Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, I've already got it Wednesday morning. This will go up Wednesday afternoon. And then we'll do tomorrow Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday. Holy smokes. I'm filming this Tuesday night. So tomorrow's Wednesday. So let's go up Wednesday afternoon. And then we'll do 2 more Great Leagues. And then next week is Great League and Master Premier, I believe. Yeah, Great League and Master Premier. So we'll probably combo Great League. So yeah, send me some battles for Great League because we'll definitely do some Great Leagues for next week, and then we'll combo it with Master Premier. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.